Welcome back, guys. Video number 6. We're going to be going through some cool custom tools. We're going to be adding the Get SMS tool and Send SMS tool. Ideally, it's a failsafe in case the booking tool doesn't go through properly or there's some sort of error with your Cal.com tools. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions. Let's get going. Okay, let's get started. We've made a few custom tools. We've made the Get Available Slots tool, checks available slots in the calendar, and Book Meeting tool, which books the actual slots within your calendar. I'm going to show you how to get the tools working. I'm also going to show you how to test them as well. So it does come in pretty handy. The purpose is to make this as natural as possible. In the potential someone does call your agent, let's say it's an inbound call, you want it to have a little bit of context. So we're going to be modifying the system prompt to get this going. We've done Get Available Slots, Book Meeting, Send SMS, and Get SMS History. We send SMS, even though we have an SMS sequence within our follow-up system, is in the potential that they ask for more information or the book meeting tool isn't working as expected. You can send out the booking link and get them to book in. Ideally, that's not the process you should follow, but we want a fail-safe in case something doesn't work out. You need to make sure you have your NA10 webhooks ready, which we're going to go through. You go to Agent Tools, and I'm going to show you how to test each tool. A little bit of an easier way than do the robust testing in the standard way. All right, so we'll get started. The first thing to do is you'll create a new tool. So you add tool. Once you add tool, you add client, add webhook tool, and you fill this out. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to show you what you're going to be putting in. Let's start with Get SMS History. The first thing is a get call. When you're doing webhook calls, there's a post which you're sending data. When you're doing a get method, you're requesting data to receive data back. Patch and delete, you're making a request to delete information. You're making a request to patch information. The dynamic variable is the lead phone number. Be specific with the format that you'd put these dynamic variables, because these dynamic variables are primarily sent through the webhook. So if it's just phone number, it has to be exactly how the webhook sends it. Otherwise, it's not going to work. The send SMS is the same system, but you do a post request. A quick description: use this tool to send SMS messages to client. It must be used in 2 scenarios: when the caller is busy or after successfully booking a meeting, sending confirmation with date and time details. These are the things that you're going to need. The number, which is a string, dynamic variable. Okay. You can put number, however, because you have to remember, because it's a phone number does require an area code. So it has +61 +1. It has to be a string. It can't be a number. The SMS message is a string type LLM prompt. So that's the AI agent constructing the message. And that's pretty much everything that you need to know. All right. Let's go to our workflows. This is the send SMS workflow. I will give you all of this. I did go through quite a bit of the Airtables and stuff, but I didn't go through the Supabase. So I'm just going to go through quickly the creation of a Supabase. You create a Supabase account and a set of tables. The easiest way to do this, to be honest with you, you can go SQL editor and you ask ChatGPT to write you a query with these parameters, and it should be able to create it for you. You press run, and it's going to create the set of tables you need. Important things are session ID, body, created at, updated time, error message, recipient status, sender. This one also needs a phone number. So go phone number. Column type. It's best if we go text, a dot, and allow no. You don't want to allow, you want to ensure that this always has a variable or number, and you just save it. You need a phone number for all of them. What you can use to align all of these tables is the ID. in the potential that you create something where you need to extract and relate data to the particular tables. I'll show you the importance of having certain pieces of data aligned and interconnected when you create a custom UI for a client. Supabase is a very good place to store data. So what you're going to do, you're going to create two tests. When you create two tests, I'll show you SMS tool test here. You'll enter the number, message, and lead phone number, dynamic parameter you want the webhook to send. You should just be able to test these tools instead of going through preview and testing through the call agent, doing that repeatedly. It can get a little bit tedious. So generally, you would usually just create a test call. If you use a test call, we'll play this test one here. It should send a test and show you what it sent. This is the webhook called send SMS. It should come up here. All right. So what I like to do is I'll copy that and paste it here. Like I showed you before, you just pin the data. And once you pin the data, execute the workflow. Once you execute the workflow, it should send the SMS. That's the SMS sent to test the webhook to ensure it's working correctly. As we set up the other ones, so you open your node, you can drag and drop the particular fields you need, the SMS message, what's being sent out. This is what I prefer to use because it's handy. I like to ensure separation between the AI sending a message and the human sending a message. So you get a log call. This is a separate Supabase account. And this code is to organize the data for it to be sent out and updated on Airtable. You don't particularly need to put every single message on Airtable, because usually Airtable is a UI for the client. This is just a respond webhook. So that's working. We'll provide all of this. Now let us go to the get SMS. The get SMS is to retrieve SMSs from the Supabase and give your agent some context in regards to the client or the customer. If they've already sent some messages, it would be able to retrieve these messages and have a relevant conversation. It makes the customer experience more seamless. So that was the last one that we sent. We'll go through get SMS. Same procedure, same steps I usually use. You'll send the webhook to test it, and it collects the appropriate data. Okay. It says session ID, get row. This is the phone number you want. And we'll go execute step. Cool. And what this does is it sends the context back to 11 Labs. Actually, that code is incorrect. This code node should summarize all the messages. However, because it's 50 items, that code is incorrect. We need to fix that code. If you send 50 items to your 11 Labs agent, the conversational AI is going to respond a lot slower because it's more data to interpret. And you're going to have token limits and rate limits. Ensure that is correct. Easiest way is you can just copy and paste the JSON and request Claude or whatever agent you use to create a new code to summarize. Okay, so now it's one item. When the 11 Labs agent receives this data, it's going to summarize it and give a more contextual understanding in the conversation with that person, which is cool and handy. There you go, guys. We have all these tools working. And now you have a conversational agent that is able to make calls, send SMSs, while also having a understanding on what done. You now have a fully functional AI receptionist to take calls, send SMSs, book meetings, check slots, and do outbound calls. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Our next series, I'm going to be putting together an SMS messaging agent, and that will have everything from if someone decides to stop and subscribe, if you need a notification, and it will be able to be sent through Slack, or it could also be sent through any other messaging system you like. We'll be going through that in our next series. It will be great to have you, and I'll see you soon.